Welcome back to Organised by Becca. Today we are going to declutter my stationery in my office. And this will be the last declutter in my office. There's still some cleaning to be done and resetting my robot vacuum, but that'll be for another day. So let's get started with what's in my desk drawer. All right, wireless keyboard, that can stay. Adapter for the computer with the wireless mouse thingamabobby. The receiver for the wireless keyboard. My wireless mouse. So they're in the back half. Tax diary for this year, 25 to 26. It's 30 June is the end of the financial year in Australia. And this is actually a blank journal, so this one can go in the cupboard over there when we get to that stage. These things are private information that I won't be sharing with you guys. And notebooks related to my business. So those ones can stay. All right. Let's have a look at this doohickey. All right. Okay, everything from the middle section. I thought this was a double side, a double ruler, but maybe not. Maybe the other side is missing. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, it does go from small to big. I just couldn't work out where the button was for that. So that is like a 30 centimeter ruler, 20 centimeter, 20 centimeter, and 15 centimeter. So rulers, it depends on what I'm doing as to which one of these I will actually use. These are my favorite scissors. They're going back in. These are better. These are trash. Huh. These are actually Wiltshire. Do not need. All right, what do we got here? Tweezers for washi tape and stickers and those sorts of things. Tiny little cutting knife, that's a ceramic one, and this is a scalpel. So, measuring and cutting things in the middle. Lens bright. Doesn't... it's not stationery, but you know, whatever. A white gel pen. We'll come back to that. Let's pull out the Sharpies and some scribbly paper. Cute little tiny notebook that I'm not going to obviously write anything in because it's too small. Yep. That one's going away. Why would anyone need a yellow Sharpie? I don't know, but that one actually works pretty good. That's a bit trash. Okay. All the coloured Sharpies in there. Oh, what's this one? Oh. That's a super fine black one. Ooh, that's a nice one. That's a specialist black one as well. I'm going to keep all the black ones together. Yes, this might seem like a lot of Sharpies, but I've already got them. They're still usable. I primarily use the black ones for everyday things, but when it comes to birthday cards, I write with a Sharpie because it doesn't matter if the card is waxy, this will still work, whereas a biro is a bit hit or miss. So that's the Sharpies. Let's take a look at the next section. So these are all the Papermate Inkjoy gel pens. So we'll check and see what these ones are like. Yep. This one is brand new. Maybe this one is in use, so your sticker, sir, can come off. So I know that that's the one that we're currently using that's black. I have a box under my desk that's full of wrapping paper and supplies for presents and things like that, which I pushed on too hard with my footsies and made that noise before. I don't know when I would use a yellow pen, but apparently that's a thing. That's a nice red one. And blue. Okay. All right, so those are the Papermate Ink Joys. This white one, I'm going to stick in with the blacks. All right, what's going on over here? Oh, those are some tweezers, they can go back in. All right. Let's see, what have we got? Ooh. Brand new. Yeah, okay. Brand new. Which one was new? This one was new. New, new, new news. So this is my collection of don't really care pens. Things that I have not been actively using. Oh, this one's quite nice. That one's, whoa, new and spring-loaded. Okay, that's better. Put that back together. Excuse me. My cat's just down there. Brand new. This one has a little head on it. Think it's a cat or a dog, not sure. That one's dry. And out of all those pens, only one of them is blue. All right, we have a pencil. I'm going to think about pencil. And those we're going to think about in a minute as well. All right, let's check out these highlighters. What's the point of having a highlighter you cannot see through? All right. Well, these are the unused pens and pencils and my lens cleaner. All right. Just giving this a bit of a rotate around. All right. So let's stick that one back in the corner. Beautiful. So those ones are going away. This is getting put somewhere else. This is still being tested with the world's tiniest pencil that I'm never going to use. All right. Let's move on. Okay, so this is everything out of the top drawer from my Alex drawers. So let's start with the easy things. Magnetic bookmarks and post-it notes. I live my life with post-it notes, so front and center. These are the glasses for my computer when I'm not wearing any other glasses. These are the glasses for my computer when I'm wearing my contacts. So both of those need to stay in here. All right. These are a bunch of cards that are important. So some are loyalty cards, some are bank cards. So they get to stay. All right. Sticky tape. Some lens cleaners, knife replacement, sharpener, erasers. This can all stay. All right. Labels. These are like sticker labels. I'm going to put these with the other labels in the cupboard. 2 sets of cards that are activities. These I'm going to stick up on the shelf later. So we'll put these over here. In here, some big markers, some chalk markers. I don't think you can open this to fish the tape out. So this is a full roll of Dymo tape, but the end got sucked back in. So this is white plastic, clear plastic, clear plastic. Okay. Actually, let's see if these little itty bitty tweezers will help. Excuse me, pussycat. Yeah, that's a waste of my time. That's going in the bin. And these are going back in their little hole. All right. Chalk markers and knives. So, handy for opening packages and whatnot. Okay. In the box you go. Actually, let's see, will this fit over there? No. Okay, that's fine. And then let's see what's in this stack. Paint chips that I'm thinking about. I'm going to put those in my to-do tray in the office, in the cupboard. Sticky notes with lines. the cover from a notebook. Habit tracker, post-it notes. Oh, cute post-it notes. And a cute little notebook. So these are like planets and are very adorable. But these I'm going to put with my journaling stuff, as I'm going to put that as well. These are going back in for note section. There we go. All right. So those things are back in the pile. So we'll put these aside and pick those up when it's time. And this is the one I'm currently scribbling in and will go in the bin when I am done. Next, drawer. All right. iPad and keyboard for iPad. Those two can stay. Hard drive and another extendy thingy. Adapter for the computer. This hard drive is where I'm going to be storing my videos. So I need to set this one up. We're going to stick that up there as a reminder. This one can go back in. And then what do we have here? USB to USB-C, USB-C to USB-C. So those two very handy cables can stay. Ooh, this is going to be a fun one. You guys are going to like this one. So next up, selection of pens and coloring and writing things. So, whoop. Okay, empty pencil case. So we're just going to test these. These are all the Papermate Flair. So if they're still good, in the box they shall go, or in the pencil case they shall go. Unless there's something that's really disgusting, in which case I'll probably put it in the bin. And yes, I know this is a ridiculous amount of pens to have, but different pens for different purposes. And any wet ink pens that are not Sharpies get stored horizontally. This is just the rule that I have for myself. So I know how to keep them wet, essentially, so they don't dry out. Why do they put yellow pens in sets? I don't understand. Like, is anyone ever going to use the yellow? Like, you'd have to write on paper that's not white. Maybe they think you're going to colour in. Who would colour in with a Sharpie? With a Papermate Flair? Not me. Ooh, that one's nice. What's that? It's like a navy blue. apparently they're all still good. All right, next pencil case. All right, let's find out what's in this one. Okay, dot markers. That's dried out. What about this end? This end's still good. That's quite nice. So these are the Ohuhu dual tip dot pens, and we also have the Zig Clean Color dot pens. So anything that makes a dot goes in the bag. And if the pointy tip on these dual tip ones doesn't work, I'm not really fussed, because the reason that I bought them is for the dots. Because then you can make little like checkbox thingies to tick off, or dot points look really pretty when you are doing the journaling. So if you still make a dot, you get to stay. I must say, I do prefer the Zig than the Ohuhu, but trying to get the different colours of the Zig in Australia is really hard. There's so many things that are difficult to buy in Australia. The rest of the world, whether you're in Europe or North America, you guys can get stuff easier than we can. And don't even get me started on shipping, like, geez Louise. When I make an order from a place that's got shipping costs, I try and make sure I hit the free shipping mark, or wait until I actually need something that is going to hit that point. Just because paying more for shipping than the product is actually worth just doesn't add up in my book. And if there's something that I really super duper want and I can't buy it locally, then the only choice is to buy online, which is rather unfortunate. But on the plus side, Australia, pretty good country to live in. So, you know, being far away, shipping, always a problem. But like even stuff from Amazon, like things get shipped from China and they take like 6 weeks or something. Anything coming from America, weeks and weeks, you've got to wait for that stuff to come in. UK, bit quicker, but not by much. So shipping is a problem, so we'll stick with what we have. And all the dots make dots, so that's good. I love dots that make dots. All right. Let's turn the page. This is really handy for doing scribbles. It's not going to be useful for anything else, but it's handy for scribbles. Okay. These are the Tombow brush markers. So they're water-based textures, essentially. So we'll check and see that these ones are still good. These are more for colouring, decoration, that kind of a thing. And when I get in the mood, fancy writing. I do calligraphy and stuff like that, but I haven't been practicing very much recently. I think because I'm getting old and my eyeballs are not so happy these days. Probably doesn't help that artificial lighting, not the best for working in. But you can't win them all. And at the moment we are only lit by the disgusting overhead light in this room and it playing off the double mirror wardrobes. behind us. So there's plenty of light for me to like walk around and what have you, but not enough to sit here and read a book or write something. Plus glasses, so I have different glasses for my computer than I do for reading, but my reading glasses are in another room, so, well, reading and writing. And then I have different prescription again for walking around and not walking into people. Because eyeballs and getting older, these are things that happen in life. Your body starts deteriorating. But I still got plenty of life left in me, so we're just gonna keep on keeping on, make adjustments, make my environment work for me. So I much prefer yellow lights. So I've actually got one right here. Oh, that's much easier. Much easier on my eyeballs. I find the blue lights give me a headache, but the yellow lights still give enough light to do things, but not so much that I end up with a headache. So that's good. All right, those Tombos are good. All right, let's see who's next. Ooh, j'existe. I love Akumu ink designs. They are so good. So that was one of their Pride Month buttons, like a little pin. All right, let's see, what have we got here? I think these are more brush pens. Oh yes, I like this one. This one is quite stiff. They have different purposes. Yeah, no, that one's trash. Nope, you can go away. I think that just needed a bit of work. You can stay. You can stay. So this one's quite stiff too. So the uni pins are quite stiff. But the Copic are softer. Ooh, this one's nice. This is a Pigma brush. All right, those ones, they can stay. Oh, I'm gonna stick that little bit in the rubbish bin under the desk. Oh, there's another piece under the desk. All right, what's next? Oh, refills for my favorite pen, which is actually in the living room where my notebook for the day is. They can stay. All right. Oh, these are fun. These are scented markers. So we shall check colors. Vanilla. Banana. Grape. Orange, but not very. These are quite hard on my hands too. Mint. Watermelon, gross. Apple. Okay. Oh. Hot chocolate. Chilichoc. Cola. Blueberry. Ugh. Raspberry. And strawberry. They don't write that nice. The scents aren't that fun. I'm going to give those away. All right, next up. Oh, this is a very cool pencil case. This is one of those. Dun, 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 dun. Stands up straight. So these are all whiteboard markers. So I recently tested these. They can all stay. Hilarious pencil case. All right. And it's made by Blue Q Bags. There you go. I hate everyone too. So we have Kent graphic brushes and Tombow twin tones. So these twin tones are a fine liner and a texter. Cheat's way of making headings work. So you've got a thick and a thin version of the same colour. Or bolding anything. Just makes life easy. You know what? I already have these Tombows and brush markers. I've got the black ones, and let's be honest, I could use the Tombows if I do want to write in colour. So all of these, goodbye. I'm going to give them to somebody else. My Wednesday pencil case. All right. Black is my happy color. Exactly, Wednesday. So these are calligraphy pens. And fine liners, apparently. That is actually one of those. Let's pick that one out and test that again. No, that's dry. That's going in the bin. Just need to play with that one a bit. Huh. Tombow Mono Twin. It's a 0.8 and a 0.4 millimeter tip fine liner. There you go. As you can see, there are a bunch of different line thicknesses in the calligraphy and the fine liner pens. And they are all super clearly marked, so they can all go in the same pencil case. All right, pencils. Yep, they can all stay. And then calligraphy and fountain pen pieces. All right. So let's put back in. All right, so we've put back in the refills for my favorite biro, the Tombows, the black brush markers, the Papermate flares, the dot markers, whiteboard markers, pencils, calligraphy and fine liners, and the other calligraphy set tin. That's drawer 3 of 5. Let's have a look what's down here. Alrighty, this is the drawer where my journaling things go. So we're going to put back in these papery items. These are all my stencil-y things, so different shapes and what have you, so they're going to stay. Okay, what have we got here? Watercolor paints. Ooh, this thingy. This is a corner rounder. That's going to stay. We've got some sticky things. We have some stickery things. So stickery and papery can go together. Then we have a crap ton of washi tape. And more washi tape. So I'm not going through the washi tape. It's just staying by default. And sticky things, yes, they need to stay. Cutty thing needs to stay. And stickers and post-its will also stay. So nothing to go from that drawer. Excuse me, sir. We have a puzzle that is not on the puzzle shelf, so that'll go up afterwards. And then copy paper for my printer. So paper can stay. So I'll do a quick tidy and be right back. Okay, so at the end of the day, we've done the desk drawer and all of the drawers to the side. I do have a second unit, but that's totally empty. I'm just waiting for somebody else's life event potentially to occur before I dispose of that. We're letting go of the smiggle, smelly textures, everything that was in here. There was some fine liners and brush pens, scissors, that purple highlighter. So basically everything that is getting donated in these two pencil cases. And that is everything for today. Check back tomorrow and we'll have a different room, a different something to have a go at. Until then, have a good one.